Right, AlphaCast back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at the grand final of Contenders Pacific Season 1 for 2020 between Talon Esports and Far East Society. So coming into this game, into this match, the first time these two teams met this season, Far East Society took it 3-2 in an attempted reverse sweep from Talon Esports, but denied in the last map by Far East Society. But in week 3, the final for week 3, and then in week 4, Talon went and got their revenge, clean sweeping them 3-0. As you can see, 0 points there in a 8-0 fashion in map point score there for Talon Esports. And then this is the playoff bracket, so you can see Talon Esports sweeping the bracket so far, 3-0 for every game, including a 3-0 over Far East Society. Far East Society got a free bye win in the quarterfinals through forfeit, and then took down Beerba 3-1 in the last. Did I? I think I watched that game. Yeah, I think I casted that one. If you want to check that one out. And then after getting beat by Far East Society, Talon got after getting beat by Talon, Far East Society got taken down to the lower bracket where they managed to clinch a game against Undefined, who made it after, sadly, the Beerba roster got dropped from the org, so that's a shame. So Undefined got the default win and then took Far East Society to 5th map. And, well, we can't look at that because I'd end up spoiling the score, but yeah. So my players to watch out for in this game for Far East Society, I'd say Snake. He's a really good Tracer player. Like I love watching him play Tracer. And for Talon Esports, it would have to be Stella, because I think he plays Echo, so it'll be interesting to see if he can match up against Priest playing the Echo for Far East Society. So yeah, we'll see in the first map of this grand final. So here we go, first map, Busan, for control in this best of 7, remember, so that means you have to get to 4 maps to win. And as the comps are rolling out, it looks like it's going to be Sombra Tracer dive for Far East Society with, Snake on the Tracer. Look out for that, he is insane. And Stella, oh wow, he's the nearly matching, replacing the Sombra for the Echo. But other than that, all the same. And looks like Talon have gotten stronger position on the point here. And so now Far East Society trying to come back in, try and get a big hack. But that's a Bionade from Swoon onto Rupa, and then Rupa gets taken down. But then Flawless does get the counter dive onto WWI, and with the extra tanks, looks like Far East Society are cleaning up. But a bit of fight back from Talon. Who's going to take this? Is going to come down right down to Y. Oh my goodness! Decall on 1 HP there. Snake couldn't quite take him down. Now Snake's trying to chase down Stella, doesn't quite get him. Pushes him far enough away though for what looked like Far East Society should have taken the point, but now Talon are coming back in. This is a crazy first fight. And now Stella's got Pulse Bomb, so Snake must have already used his, didn't really get much, and I think that Pulse Bomb got eaten. Decall uses the duplicate onto the Winston, and it looks like with that ultimate just kind of pushing everyone out of position, looks like Talon are able to capitalise on it, even investing the nano onto the brig. But I mean, Far East Society managed to build up 17% on the point, so for a losing fight, and they're still stalling out here, 23% for a losing fight is not too bad on control. And now Far East Society should have a ult advantage with the nano boost, EMP, rally. That's a nice sleep dart from Swoon there, trying to assert early dominance in the flex support 1v1. Mingy's not going for the back to spawn remake, so he's taking a big risk here, and he's so low. He's getting healed back up though, and then that's a hack onto only WWY, and can they finish him off? No, but Piggy with the 3-man bomb. Massive place from Piggy there. And that is one way to stop a remake from Mingy right there. Just blow him up. the poor baby diva there couldn't run away, especially with no Lucio. That's a flaw with these double flex support comps. There's not much speed. Well, in most other people there are speed, but with the supports anyway, there's not speed, and usually Diva would be able to get away from that, but because he was in baby Diva form, that's a massive Bionade from Swoon as well. Swoon is getting some high value on this Ana, and that's a Pulse Bomb onto Flawless, and Stella gets the shots and just make sure that Pulse Bomb finishes him off. And it looks like Talon are starting to assert their dominance in this matchup here. Nearly spawn camping on control. I haven't seen that many times in my life. But Fiery Society coming in with a lot of ults. Nano, Pulse Bomb, double tank ults. But Decal does have the duplicate alongside a Nano, so we could see a double Winston dive here. Yeah, WWY gets the Nano. Decal on the Winston. He's going to pop the Primal maybe. There we go. Primal pop. Snake does get the pick off onto Totori, which could be massive because when Decal comes out of Winston form, you won't have an armor pack. But it does look like Talon Esports are cleaning up the rest of this fight. And that's an easy 100 to 23% there for Talon in a pretty dominant first stage on control. Hopefully we can see a bit more fight back from Fiery Society in the rest of this in this map and series. Try and make it a real proper grand final that the season deserves. I mean, it's a long season. It's been 3-4 months or something like that. So yeah, you wouldn't want to get all this way just to get swept by Talon. I mean, I'm saying that, but it's only 1-0 on the first map, so you know, plenty of time to turn it around for Fiery Society. Looks like Talon are switching on to this Tracer Echo dive that they had in the last round, looking to run the same strategy. And Fiery Society preferring the Tracer again because they have Snake and I think I can't remember what the other DPS player is, but if they subbed in the other DPS, do they have another? I can't remember. If they sub in the other guy that I forget his name, he plays better Sombra. But that's a nice early pick-off from Decal. You can just see Echo's so good for these early pick-offs, and then gets the kill in the Echo 1v1, and that's some great play from Decal there, just showing that he really has mastered the Echo over the last couple of weeks. And that's... Oh, Swoon on 15 HP, you need some heals. Yeah, there we go. Get the cooldown on the Bionade. Use it on your own team. It'll be back in time for the next fight, no worries. Stella looking to build up EMP. There we go. Gets the last few percent there. And we've got a Nano boost, so we could see EMP, Nano, Winston. And then in the next fight, you can have a double Winston dive. So there we go. EMP onto 2 there, onto the tank line. Flawless does get the Nano boost though, so he might be able to survive this. Decal duplicates the Diva, getting a lot of value in that small corridor. But then Mingy gets a pick off onto WWY. Sends in the self-destruct. Oh, Priest with the clutch duplicate right there. Timed it perfectly with the bomb to prevent getting blown up. And Fiery Society look like they might be able to come back into this fight with this rally from Priest now. That's a massive Bionade from Swoon onto Rupert, onto the support line of Fiery Society. And Clover gets taken down just before he gets his rally. That's unfortunate. And it looks like Talon should be able to clean this fight up. WWY, that cleave damage in that small corridor is insane for Winston players. You can see his ult, he just used it that fight and he's already back up to 25%. So looking not too bad for WWY there. But the ult situation not looking so good for Talon Esports. As Fiery Society, although they lost that fight, they didn't use too much. So now they're coming in with 5 ults. Everything minus there's so many combos you could go for. But EMP could cancel all those ultimates out, which it cancels 3 of them out. But Flawless did manage to pop the Primal just before. And then Swoon gets stuck but stays alive somehow. I don't know how that happened. Snake finishes off Swoon though. Decal gets a pick onto Flawless. And this fight is going back and forth. But Fiery Society really need to take it. I mean, we're at 99-0 for Talon now. Piggy gets a self-destruct onto Priest. is pretty tough to avoid those as an Echo player. When you're high in the sky, similar to when like Pharah gets self-destructed quite a lot. But Snake is cleaning up this fight, and that's Fari Society not reclaiming, finally claiming this point. And yeah, it's good to see some fight back from Fari Society, at least so far in this map. See if they can build this up into some meaningful percentage, try get the full reverse sweep on the point, 99-0. But nano boost from Swoon doesn't quite get it onto WWY, so if WWY gets picked off, that could be a mistake, but now he gets it off, but he gets pulse bombed straight after. That's a massive pick off from Snake, and Snake gets another one. Snake is just popping off. Snake cleaning up this fight. I mean, if there's any player in this game I want to see playing Owl, it's definitely Snake. Get him signed on to, well, we need more teams than Owl, I reckon. Get another expansion, get some more teams, get some more EU teams, I reckon. Anyway, back to the point. Flawless gets the nano boost, dives in, gets anti-naded, gets hacked out. This isn't looking great for Flawless, but the EMP didn't have too much follow-up, and Priest is able to back up Flawless with his own duplicate Primal Rage. So Flawless somehow managing to survive that dive in with the hack and the Bionade and all sorts. Clover using the rally there to try and get his team all healed up, and that's very convenient because Swoon does land a massive Bionade onto the tank line, but they're able to stay up because of the rally from Clover. And this has been a weird fight. It's just gone on for so long, but Talon just haven't backed out when they probably should have. And now we're at 99-99, and Flawless using this nano. Rupert getting revenge in the flex support 1v1 onto Swoon there. Snake getting the nano boost, looking to try and prevent this DMEC. Oh, he doesn't quite. Oh, he does prevent the DMEC, but he does get hacked out. He's still getting the kills though because he's Snake and he does whatever he wants. Self-destruct from Decal in the Diva form, not going to get much. That's a one clip from Snake onto Swoon before he could even think about the fade from Moira. And there we go, Fari Society coming back in. We're at 1-1 in this first map. And if this is what the rest of the series has got to hold, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, Fari Society showing some real fight after taking a pretty tough 3-0 to Talon last week. Or was it earlier this week? It might have been earlier this week. I can't remember. Oh, but now we're on Mecha base, so this is where you see these kind of rush, brawly, kind of May McCree, May Reaper kind of. And you get the Lucios back in for the speed with Rhines and Divas and Orissas. About as close to goats as you can get nowadays on the 2-2-2 lock. And here we go. That's a faster rollout for Fari Society, so they kind of dominate that kind of upper high ground pillar section. But Talon are kind of looking to rotate around using those double shields to protect both possible angles of attack for Fari Society. And with this long range hit scan on Stella, this is exactly what they want to do. They want to try and rotate around without letting Fari Society getting close to them so they can't get much damage off. But Fari Society looking to wall them off so they can actually rotate into them and then just rush them on down using the slow from May. But with Talon's strategy of trying to get away from Fari Society just walk on the point and get the point because Talon walk away. But now you can see the benefits of walking away as Stella and the rest of Talon Esports just clean that fight up. Easy as you like. Only 15% conceded there. And now they hold the point. Stella can sit back, use these angles, and because there's only two ways really into the, well, maybe three if you count the bottom way, I guess. 3 ways in, but usually only really 2 that are actually used. And you can see that May wall right there from Decal. That's massive, blocks them off. Now they're getting Gravitic Flux and they don't have any support because their support's got walled off. And that's just great team play from Talon. You can tell why they dominated the early weeks of Contenders Pacific when this was the meta. This like May Reaper, May McCree type rush comps. Have we seen swaps? No, we're not seeing any swaps. Far East Society need to get Snake in there and just need to get him shooting the shotguns right into the tanks, because with Reaper, I think is Reaper's like healing thing still in? Oh, that's an unlucky wall right there, blocks off the Deadeye, and none of Far East Society gets trapped in, and that's unlucky for Decal. But with the Deadeye, now they managed to back off long enough to rebuild the wall, but Decal gets walled off from using the wall. Oh dear, that's unlucky. May play is actually very interesting to watch. I mean, it's not the most fun to watch necessarily, but it's quite fun to cast actually. Mingy with a massive eat onto Decal's Blizzard though, right there. Great play, but Snake using the Death Blossom doesn't really get too much and gets flashbanged while trying to teleport. That's a nice shot from Stella. Can he get anything with this Deadeye? He's looking around, he's trying to see, can he? Oh, that's unlucky for Rupert right there. Gets his head cleanly taken off by that Deadeye, and now Flawless is out there by himself, and it looks like Far East Talon Esports should be able to clean this fight up. There we go, 100 to 15%. A little hiccup on downtown for Talon Esports on Busan, but a pretty dominant performance all around right there on that first map. 1-0 in this best of 7 for Talon versus Far East Society in this grand final. Right, here we go, map 2 of this best of 7 grand final, Contenders Pacific 2020 Season 1. I think in the playoff format, anyway, it's loser picks the next map, so Far East Society have picked Volskaya Industries. Maybe they want to run a similar strategy to what Talon are adopting right now, with possibly Snake on the Widowmaker to just kind of trust him to pop off and hit some shots, like Talon are trusting Arrow right now. And yeah, that's Arrow coming in for Decal, so Arrow, obviously the hit scan specialist, to play the Widowmaker, switching in for Decal, and then Stella takes up the Echo play. So yeah, interesting stuff there. Snake trying to poke out, trying to get a big flank onto Arrow, maybe try to dive onto him with Flawless and Mingy. Coordinate a really nice dive. Possibly wait until the nano boost maybe, but Flawless is taken down early, and that means he won't be building up his primal, which in this kind of compositional battle is massive, because Talon have kind of got they're not like a bunker, but they do kind of set up around Arrow. Like he's the main part of the composition, like the centerpiece, and then if you can get the nano boosts, like nano rage, nano primal rage Winston, and dive onto Arrow, he's got no chance. Doesn't matter how many shots he hits. You can see, there we go, yeah, the nano boost onto Flawless, he nearly instantly died. Just about used that grapple in time, but now Swoon is getting dived on, finished off by Priest, and now is that going to be Totori down as well? Not quite, but Mingy does actually get demeched now, so that could be the start of the comeback here for Talon Esports on the defense. But Flawless with a kill, and now Priest and Rupert cleaning up. Looks like Far East Society should be taking this first point with a decent 5-minute time bank. That's like not, I mean, record setting or anything for Volskaya, but it's still a very good time bank. And now you can see Arrow switching off the Widowmaker because of this kind of enclosed space, switching out for the Sombra, where this, like, because it's quite choked, like quite small on the point, the EMP can be massive, and that's an interesting choice to use to duplicate when Mingy's still in Baby Diva. They obviously trusted him to get out of it. Gets dived on by, I think it was WWY, and then even committing the pulse bomb. This is they really wanted this snowball, and it doesn't look like it's quite working out. They do get the pick onto Arrow, however, and because Mingy's quite fast, they might be able to come in. But remember that the defensive spawn point is literally right behind the point there, so Arrow should be alright, and even on the Sombra as well, who's a fast character anyway. Snake gets hacked out. There's a massive manual hack from Arrow, not quite able to follow up, and that's WWY getting counter-dived. He dived onto the supports of Far East Society, they out-duked him, called on the rest of the team, and then the peel from the tanks there for Far East Society was exceptional. Priest gets the nano boost from Rooper. They're obviously wanting him to try and build up that duplicate. They obviously think it's a key part of their attack, which I wouldn't disagree with, but gets taken down. But at least did manage to build up 20% with that nano boost. So I mean, not the best nano boost, but they obviously had what they wanted to do, and they sort of did that to an extent anyway. So we look to come into this next fight. Far East Society in a major ultimate disadvantage, with only the pulse bomb to Arrow's EMP. There you go, EMP onto Flawless, gets instantly deleted. Follow that up with a discorded and hacked. Like, not many people get out of that alive. Flawless, not quite fortunate enough there. And that's already 2.5 minutes. That's half the time bank chewed off already in like 2 fights. You can see why attackers need 5 minutes on this map, because the time bank does just get chopped off. Like a minute chopped off every fight, and now we've gone to about 360p, so let's try sort that out real quick. Sorry about that, there we go, that's a lot better. I can actually see, this is amazing. Priest going for the duplicate onto the Diva, just trying to kind of try and out-brawl them. It's not necessarily a brawl comp, but when you turn the comp into goats pretty much, it could be a brawl comp. That's a nice pulse bomb from Snake onto Swoon, but now Priest is out of the Diva form, but looks like Far East Society is starting to clean this fight up a bit. Rooper using the nano boost onto, I didn't quite see who, but whoever was cleaning up that fight. But now Swoon using the Transcendence, looks like he's managed to come in clutch for Talon Esports, as it looks like they've managed to push Far East Society back, but they've not really got any kills yet. And Flawless re-engaging with the Primal Rage, looking to clean up this fight, but the bomb from Piggy, is it going to get anything? Not quite, just going for a remake there, which is fair enough. And now that Snake down to about 25 HP gets healed up from Rooper. That's good play from the Ana there, trying to heal up Mingy as he goes in for the dive there. Mingy nearly able to just remake, so you can not have to worry about him so much. Another pulse bomb from Snake onto Swoon. That's a second this fight. Snake is going off right now, just trying to get some kills. And now Talon is starting to switch onto some stall heroes. That's a nano onto Flawless there, trying to just build up another primal so you can survive anything, pretty much. But a big pick off from Stella onto Clover, especially onto the Brigitte, who's great at these kind of closing fight situations, just brawling out. Swoon using another Transcendence this fight, and a massive EMP onto, oh well, 3 tanks at that point in time. But Snake and Mingy still clean this up. That's a massive Bionade from Rooper, but he's too busy focusing on damage, but it looks like that was the correct decision. A lot of his teammates on critical health. Flawless having to dive right into him as if he was the enemy Ana right there. But it looks like after a scrappy as anything fight, Far East Society managed to clean that up. But with only 26 minutes, now that would be a time bank and a half. 26 seconds in the time bank. That's not a great time bank, but it can be tough to even finish Volskaya sometimes. So not a terrible position, not a great position, but not a terrible position to be in. And they must have something up their sleeve for this defense, because they picked this map like well, I think they did anyway. As far as I know, they did. So they obviously wanted to be on Volskaya. So this is where they feel they can come back into this series and make it a good one. Let's see. Not necessarily running anything. Yeah, they're just going for the Tracer Echo. No, looks like Snake's going back yet. Snake must be switching on to. See, the reason. Oh wait, no, the Sombra. Well, I'll talk about Talon's defense anyway, because Widowmaker was good, because Widowmaker would just snipe them with a full charge shot, and then Echo would come in with the focus beam and then just beam them down. Like, you know, you've seen many, like so many clips of Echoes just beaming down enemies that have been tagged up by Widows. It's a really effective strategy that even Talon might be using on the attack to counter out not only the Echo, but then maybe even use their own Echo, or Tracer does a similar thing, but no, switching out for the Tracer Sombra dive. Far East Society going for this Tracer, for this Echo Sombra dive instead. So interesting that Talon are fancying the Tracer instead of Far East. They've pretty much swapped their strategies around. Maybe the Echo Sombra is just better on defense. But that's a nice dive from WWY. That's when you know you've got a great main tank who can dive in, get like some damage done. But the key thing is he stayed alive, and now he's able to clean up some more kills with that kill onto Snake, and that's a massive one because that prevents Snake from getting too much ult percent. Now he's only on 47, whilst Arrow's looking to be at least 20% ahead of Snake in this EMP ult charge race, and they might even snowball this straight from, because they just had Swoon, I think, and maybe Dottore on point, capping whilst they were cleaning up the spawns, like kind of similar to split spawns on Escort, but on Assault. But I've never seen that before. Talon must just be flexing on Far East Society right here. Arrow uses the EMP, but does get taken down, but it was a massive EMP, so can we see any follow-up? Doesn't quite look like it, and Snake's nearly got his own, but he might be able to hold on. But they do get the first tick there, and with 5.5 minutes still on the time bank, and they force out the EMP, and they get the second tick as well, I think. They get the second tick right there. This has been a great attack from Talon so far. They don't even necessarily need to cap the next point, but Stella gets a pulse bomb onto Mingy, onto the Baby D.Va. That's a difficult one to hit because Baby D.Va's just so small and has a pretty small hitbox because of, well, how small she is. But yeah, now the nano onto WWY, but he gets hacked out so he can't leap in, so that's a shame. Probably not going to be getting too much done with that nano boost. Although they've managed to get 2 ticks, they have pretty much used 2 minutes on this one fight. But I mean, if you keep going a tick a minute, they'll easily win this game. But they just need to try and get more than 26 seconds on the time bank to at least have an advantage in time bank. But Mingy with a nice kill onto Stella, that's just great peel. Stella was probably most likely trying to dive onto his supports. Mingy uses the boosters, the D-Matrix, to eat up all the pulse pistol damage, and then even gets the kill with the tracking onto Stella. And that's a great hold from Far East Society. As I'm going to take a drink, but I'm going to mute my mic and be so this next fight is going to be an interesting one. Both teams with the EMPs. So will we? I reckon we'll see an aggressive EMP from Arrow, boom, and then a counter EMP from Snake, just as I was going to call it, but he beat me to the punch, sadly. But Arrow actually beats Snake to the punch as he gets the kill in this Sombra 1v1 there. And now Swoon's got a nano boost, he uses it onto Dottore. This is a great choice. Especially in this situation where they're just sitting on point trying to clean up. With the nano boost onto the Brigitte, not only are you getting more damage, you're getting more healing with the Inspire, and that looks like a clean up from Far East Society with nearly 4 minutes on time bank. Well, 3 minutes 53. Far East Society get bumped up to a minute because they only had 26 seconds, but it's not looking great for Far East Society here. Those attack and defend things will get swapped, hopefully. Be interesting to see if Talon run this Widowmaker, was it Widow Echo? I think it was, because I was rambling on about it. I think it was Widow Echo. See if they run that again, because I mean, although it didn't get the full hold, it did hold for at least 2 minutes, and with only 1 minute on Far East Society's time bank, that's all they really need to do. Using this, even the Zenyatta instead of the Ana, like because they're sacrificing the heals, but I mean, if you stick a discord onto a target and you get a full charge shot, even if it's a body shot, it'll nearly kill them. At least leave them to the point that Stella can just kind of clean up. So Swoon can even keep his Orb of Harmony onto Arrow, or Dotori could give him an armor pack for when he gets dived on by Flawless. It's a really well thought through strategy from Talon. I've got to give props to the coaches, who I couldn't tell you who they are, but I'm sure they've been working hard for this. Talon trying to go for the clean sweep through the whole playoff bracket. Coming into this game, nine map wins in a row. Well, probably more if you count last week 4, but I can't be bothered trying to do that math, so that would be too much. Stella with an early pick onto Flawless. That's just a push killer right there. And now Far East Society are trapped in this room on the right where Talon can just poke them down, and even they might even stall them out. They might do like what you do with the Baby Diva, leave them in there, then kill them just as Flawless comes back in. But they don't quite do that. They manage to stay alive, and look at the ult charge on Rupa, because he's just in that room healing absolutely everybody because they need those heals. But Arrow gets a nice headshot onto Flawless, but now Rupa's got that nano because of all that healing that he was doing. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to turn the fight. He uses it onto Snake, interestingly enough. Snake just gets deleted by Swoon. Swoon turning into the Widowmaker there. No, sorry, Arrow being the Widowmaker there. Hitting the headshots, the overtime wick burning down. And that's 0 ticks for Far East Society, so they're going to be fighting for a draw here on their own map pick. Not the situation they were looking for when they picked Volskaya. But you know, that's how it is against Talon Esports in this region, you know. Really dominant. I wonder why, because I swear all of Talon is Korean. So, you know, we could possibly see Talon switching on to Contenders Korea, maybe, in a kind of fusion uni kind of switch up. That would be exciting to see, because I'd like to see that, just to see, you know, if they can continue their dominance, or like if they make playoffs, or see like what the regional difference is between the two regions. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Korean Contenders is better, but you know, I mean, you know, you don't know. Well, I mean, you could take results from Gauntlet, I guess, or Pacific Showdown. But I mean, Talon did kind of show up at both of those events. I mean, in a completely new roster now. So maybe the roster has been upgraded actually. This, you know, using Stella's experience from Owl, you know, I'm sure he's playing a kind of IGL leadership, kind of leading the dive on the Tracer with Piggy and WWY to come with him, you know, calling out who he's diving onto. I'm sure the comms are great there. Anyway, going into this attack, 3 minutes to get 1 tick on point A, and that's a massive Bionade from Swoon, and then Arrow gets the kill onto Clover. Oh my goodness, Far East Society just crumbling at the seams here, and that, oh my, how did Swoon even hit that? Like, I mean, Mingy needs to eat up those Bionades. That's something that you have to be doing as a diva. That is one thing I have noticed in this game. Swoon seems to be hitting these massive Bionades, whilst Rupa hasn't necessarily been hitting as many, but it's not like Swoon's been dominating, I'd say. So it might be to do with the diva play. Like, you can see there, that peel from Piggy right there to keep his team alive there, but not, he used all his matrix there, not enough to eat the pulse bomb, and it looks like Far East Society might be coming back into this fight. But Clover had to switch onto Lucio, so they're on a not quite the optimal comp. Yeah, less than optimal comp here now. So Talon Esports might be able to come back in with some ults that they've been charging up from, well, just kind of being in a fight, kind of trading out some kills, not really using anything. But at least when Talon lose, they don't use anything. While sometimes when Far East Society lose, they still use all their ults, and that's just, you don't want to be in that situation. Early EMP onto the supports and Piggy. Arrow for the counter EMP though, not quite quick enough to save Piggy or Dotori, and it looks like that's a great fight for Far East Society. Not the biggest ult usage, ult commitment from Far East Society, like pretty much matched ult commitment. Well, actually, Talon just used Primal and Nano for some reason, I don't know. Thought WWY could just pop off, but actually now with the spawn advantage, Talon are able to come back into this fight, and now Far East Society are on the ropes here, having to use their ults, and Stella and Piggy both getting kills with the explosives there, and it looks like that's just gonna blow point A open for Talon Esports to take. Just Mingy to clean up now. That was a weird fight. 2-0 now to Talon Esports, and this is looking rough for Far East Society. Remember, this is a best of 7, sorry. So Far East Society still can give up another map, but I don't know. It's not looking great. See what happens in map 3. And here we go. Definitely wasn't checking if my mic was not muted right there. And here we go. Don't know if the video actually started before that. Here we go. Map 3, Eichenwalde. For escort, chosen by Far East Society, as far as I'm aware. So it'll be interesting to see, because Echo is very effective on this first point, especially on the defense, because like similar to Farah, you can use the pillar in the middle as cover to kind of like, you know, like duck and dive and dodge any attack from the offense. Interesting, right? So Far East Society going for a rush comp, and Talon playing this Echo that I was on about just there, alongside the Ashe pick. Now I reckon they were expecting an Ashe from Far East Society that they could counter with the Ashe, but they didn't. They've gone for a rush comp. See if this works well. Not too much long range hit scan to deal with decal, and that proves to be a downfall for Far East Society, because I mean it's tough to hit those shots as May. I mean I'm sure Priest could if he tried hard enough, but yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, just realised Arrow subbed back out for decal. Decal back onto the Echo, and Stella taking up the hit scan play now. Interesting, because I mean, you know, I'm sure Arrow could have played Ashe, but maybe they want to keep Stella in for that possible IGL, maybe. I'm just totally guessing, I don't really know, but you know. Interesting stuff. Rupa using the amp matrix, not quite getting anything because Talon, again, using that pillar to just kind of avoid it, like just kind of run away from it. And because you can't move that amp matrix, if you place it in a bad spot, that's just unfortunate. And that's Flawless getting chunked down by that focusing beam, finished off by Swoon. They're going to have to use the duplicate onto the Diva just to make sure they clean up this fight, because Talon Esports really want this full hold. They really want to dominate this matchup. They want to prove they are the undisputed kings of Contenders Pacific. Similar to, I mean, British Hurricane managed to go all 4 weeks champions of EU. I mean, that close call against Young and Beautiful in week 4 was pretty close, but they managed to hold on and get all 4 wins. So now they just need to dominate the playoffs. But they haven't actually dominated the playoffs as much as Talon, because they did drop a map because of that C9 on Kings Row. If you haven't seen that, you should definitely check that out. That is a very funny moment. They were rolling on the overtime push. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. Dotori gets a pick, but not enough. The Blizzard from Priest used to just keep them off the point there. And even though Talon are cleaning this fight up, Far East Society managed to sneak onto the point there, rushing onto the point, dropping the Blizzard behind them in a hit and run type situation. Drop the Blizzard, stop, and then because the Blizzard just slows them down so much, they couldn't quite get back onto the point. But now this is where I think Talon's comp dominates even more than it already did, I would say, on point A, because now this high ground with the castle, well, the fortress, the castle, whatever you want to call it, in the middle. That allows Stella to sit up there alongside Decol in the high ground. That's an interesting bomb from Mingy. I would have aimed it more towards Decol, but Snake just kind of running in with the Death Blossom. Love the Death Blossom on the move there from Snake. And it looks like Far East Society were cleaning that fight up, but Decol on the high ground, as I was saying, there's just so much open space in this second point that I think Far East Society are going to have to consider a comp swap if they really want to have a chance here. I mean, when your best hit scan is Rooper on the flex support, you should definitely be considering, especially when there's... I mean, I know Echo's not hit scan necessarily, but because she's playing a Pharah type like role, you need to have a hit scan to deal with it properly. And that's just Decol helping out on the cleanup on the Diva, Swoon using the Brigitte in the best possible situation to be playing Brigitte when everyone's just there. Similar to Reinhardt, you can just swing the flail instead of the hammer, and instead with Reinhardt you would just be doing damage, but with Brigitte you're actually healing as well. So yeah, hashtag Brigitte would totally wreck Reinhardt in a 1v1. That's definitely a hashtag right there. Stella with an early pick off onto Rooper, so now Far East Society have no hit scan. That's just unfortunate. Priest, good luck against Piggy in that 1v1 there. Oh, a pin, but no. There we go, just getting instantly deleted before he can even finish the pin there. And now we're looking at 1 minute 30. I mean, the time bank was, what was it? 4 minutes or something like that, and now they've chewed off 3 minutes just at this opening bit. I really don't like the comp that Far East Society are running. I mean, this is the comp that they did manage to beat Talon on in week 3. Well, I think it was this comp anyway. It was like, might have been rush comp, or we might have just been coming out of rush comps actually. It might be in the first week of not rush comps. Anyway, Blizzard being used by Priest there. They need to get big value out of this one. And it looks like they might have just about... Oh my goodness! That's a massive shatter from Flawless. Sorry, look, I have to go back and have a look at that. So everyone's just kind of frozen up. And because all the tanks are frozen up, that's a massive 5-man shatter from Flawless. Because everyone's just frozen right there. That is an ult combo and a half that I've never seen that much of before. The Blizzard into the massive shatter from Flawless. You could say that was a flawless plan. Haha. Nice one, Alpha Casts, nice one. And yeah, here we go. Talon looking to kind of loop round and take advantage of the bridge here. And they've switched on to the McCree, so still wanting that kind of hit scan, but swapping to the McCree for the more kind of mid-range damage, which is a fair enough swap here. And it looks like Talon are cleaning up this fight, and I just realised there's only 10 seconds left on the clock, so this is absolute disaster for Far East Society. Snake didn't even get to use his Death Blossom, and it looks like as long as Talon don't C9 this, it should be all good. There we go. And that's a pretty dominant defense from Talon Esports there. Just held at the end of the bridge are Far East Society just there. You've seen that hold many times. Can Far East Society come out with something massive on their defense? I don't quite see it happening. I can see this going to 3-0 where we'd have to see a reverse sweep, just like the Shanghai Dragons in the May Melee recently. I don't know if that's going to happen though. I don't think Talon have quite got it in them. I'm sorry, Far East Society haven't quite got it in them, if you asked me. But maybe they'll hold on here and they won't have to reverse sweep. They'll just have to come back from 2. But I mean, the worst thing with this playoff kind of format is even if you are trying to go for a reverse sweep, or even if you're just trying to come back from 2 maps, like, if Far East Society win this, then Talon get to pick the next map, and I'm sure Talon getting that kind of extra day to counter strat for Far East Society, whilst Far East Society had to worry about undefined. Unless they didn't, and that's why that game went so close, I don't know. I can't tell you that I'm a insider of either of these teams. But here we go, 10 seconds until we get started here. Far East Side running the double shield and the Ash Echo. So Ash Echo seems to be very popular on this defense. And the double shield. I think they're running the same comp as Talon ran. So it'll be interesting to see how Talon tried to counter their own comp here. I mean, if you can't beat it, just use their tactics. Yeah, that's a fair philosophy right there from Far East Society. You can just see the great team synergy from Talon there, using the kind of strat that you saw Mano and Jonak use with the Torb turret the other week. Just Mano taking damage on purpose so so Jonak could build up his nano boost. You can see they've done that with Swoon and Piggy there. So now Swoon's already got his nano well before anyone else has even got an ult. But sadly, WWY took too much damage, and that is what can happen as a result of going, because Swoon uses all his ammo onto Piggy, trying to keep him healed up. But now he's got his nano, so WWY just dives in, and it looks like Talon Esports are just cleaning this up. That is one hell of a team sweep right there. Decal with 2, Stella with 1. Can they chase down Priest here? Oh, the focusing beam from Decal. There is no running away from that. And that's 5 minutes in the time bank for Talon now. It's going to have to be some hold on point B here for Far East Society to take a win in this game. Especially even in this ult situation. I mean, now with WWY receiving that nano from Swoon that we saw tactically built up from Piggy and Swoon, now he has a Primal Rage. We're looking at an EMP onto the high ground here with the Primal Rage follow-up possibly. Oh, or just a manual hack, you know, just save the EMP for the next fight. That's just ult efficiency at its peak right there. Just you can see that Talon have been preparing for this for a long time. They were not happy when Far East in week 3 when Far East Society took that week. It would have been almost like, it might have even been like almost perfect on maps, but they're looking for the perfect playoff bracket run on map score here. It'd be what, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, so that's 9 plus 13 maps I think. Wait, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Yeah, 13 maps in a row in the playoffs. That's what they're looking for. They've managed to get 11 of them in a row, and they're getting very close to the 12th here. But the Gravitic Flux from Mingy is able to get 2 of them, and Rupert takes down Bob. You know, got to make sure you kill Bob before he starts doing too much damage. And that's a great hold, and this is about the best place Far East Society could hold. Because now they can set up on the high ground on the bridge, and because the payload is like all the way behind the bridge, they're going to have to either clear them off the bridge or just kind of run past and hope for the best, which is never a great strategy. An interesting swap onto the Moira here for Rupa. Kind of want to go for a bunker comp type style up on the high ground, but Decal looks like he's already picking it apart with a kill onto Priest, who's the only one not in the bunker. So you can see the problem with running Echo and bunker comps. And then WWY with the Primal off the side of the bridge for Flawless there. Another one onto Dotori. Snake say goodbye, and that looks like it's going to be 3-0 to Talon Esports in this grand final. And now they're on match point. We're going to have to see some comeback from Far East Society if they're going to be able to take this win. I just realised that's an interesting tie from that caster. Anyway, I'm not going to make fun of him because that would be, I mean, I'm not one to talk, because if you saw me right now, you'd be very disappointed. Anyway, right, well, see you in the next map. Here we go, map 4 of this grand final. Can Talon get this clean sweep of the playoff bracket that they are looking for here to assert dominance in this specific region? I mean, dominance that they already had, to be honest. They just needed to reassure everybody that they are the kings of this region. if they win this map. But Far East Society looking for the reverse sweep, coming out with his Roadhog. Yeah, just trying to get a pick early on. No one hiding behind that corner, because we've seen that a few times before. Just the halt hook from that corner, costing the defense on first point without even like getting a chance to fight, pretty much. Getting through the car wash for free anyway, at the very least. So we've got Flawless diving in there, getting chunked down to about 2 HP, but getting healed up from Rupa. So that'll be a lot of nano charge for Rupa there. But a big Bionade from Swoon onto the support line. We've seen that a few times today. I did say we needed to see Mingy eating those. Lets another one get through there onto the back line. But now, ooh, just in time on the translocate for Stella there. Nearly got himself slept, but then gets the kill onto Snake, and now they're all in there. Thankfully, Mingy was eating up all that damage before Stella could be building up that nano boost. But another one, because he had to eat up the Sombra damage there, he didn't save himself enough defense matrix to eat the Bionade from Swoon that came in onto the support, and then Stella then managed to follow it up. So at the end of the day, Stella still gets a CMP, and now Swoon gets a nano boost, and Mingy just an unfortunate diva player there. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on Mingy or anything, but he's just had an unfortunate one today. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone would have a bad game on diva if they had to play Talon Esports. If you play in the Pacific region, anyway. WWI receiving the nano boost from Swoon and just taking out, I think it was Rupa, I don't know, just easy dive from WWI. Stella cleaning up, manages to keep the EMP for the next fight, and that's half the time bank already gone for Far East Society, and they haven't even made it through the car wash yet. You hate to see them crumble like this in the grand final. Can they find a massive, they just need to have a massive play, whether it's like a 2-man pulse bomb, or, well, there's not many big plays that you can make on Brigitte, or a massive primal or self-destruct or something. They just need something to break through here. They're deciding to push onto the payload, but that leaves them vulnerable to a massive EMP coming in now from Stella. That's a 4-man EMP, but Snake does get a pulse bomb, but it needed to be more than one to clean that fight up. And I mean, he did get support at least, but not enough. And now that's only a minute left on the time bank. At least Far East Society getting to keep some of that armor from the rally used by Clover, but it's going to be expiring soon. And well, Mingy died there, so he's lost his. And now Swoon's going to have another nano boost for WWI. And we can see a double Winston dive coming in soon. WWI gets a nano, he's already dived in. Priest having to use the duplicate there to stay alive. This is last fight right here. 30 seconds left on the clock. Snake gets a nice pick off onto WWI. Priest gets a kill onto Dotori. This might be the turnaround here for Far East Society. They might be able to take point A here, which, I mean, we've seen a lot of full holds on point A recently. I think Echo really enables the defense in this kind of section. Once you get past the car wash, I think Echo's I mean, it's not like as open, but like there's enough room to kind of maneuver around, and because everyone's close, you can get the sticky bombs onto like quite a lot of the targets that are grouped up. Rupa using the nano boost onto Flawless, I think didn't quite get that much done because he got hacked out. Mingy uses a self-destruct, doesn't quite get anything either, and now he's getting chunked down. Double Bionade from Swoon again onto the supports. Mingy must have had to use his D-Matrix to keep himself alive there, and that's Stella, Decall, WWI on the cleanup. Talon Esports looking like a full hold here in Game 4, and this is oh, you hate to see it go like this. But unless we see a magical hold from Far East Society, it looks like Talon Esports will be claiming that 13, according to my maths, map win streak through the playoff bracket, and claiming the $14,000, I think is $14,000 roughly, that you get for winning. Contenders Pacific, anyway. But sadly, no lands to go to. Hope we can see another gauntlet one day, or even at least a Pacific or Atlantic showdown. Just something, because I really want to see the interregional play. Because as I was going on about, if we just chuck Talon Esports into the Korean region and see how that went for them, because I think they're all Korean anyway. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're mostly Korean. But I don't know, because maybe they're not based in Korea or something like that. I don't know. I don't know the most about this. But Far East Society going for the Tracer Torb. This is interesting. I can't say I've seen Tracer and Torb on the same team before. I've seen Tracer Torb being used to counter out Tracer, but I haven't seen Tracer and Torb together. Massive Bionade from Rupert onto the tank line there, but not enough follow up for Far East Society there. Far East Society they're trying to contest early so they can at least have 2 fights, but it might come back to bite them, because if they dive on in and just kind of get cleaned up, then they're just donating ult charge over to Talon Esports that they can then use to just clean up this map and sweep Far East Society under the rug in this grand final and take a 4-0. But hopefully we can see some fight back from Far East Society. I mean, it's been a good series so far, at least. You know, we had some good maps. First map was certainly really close, but let's see if any magic can happen here. They are at least stopping them from going through the car wash at the minute, but now with that pick onto Flawless, looks like they're finally starting to push the payload. The Torb turret is doing quite a lot of damage, actually. I can see why they've picked the Torb. You can just set it up on this high ground here, and it does get quite a lot done. He's up to 75%. He needs to get that just in time. Decal going for the duplicate onto the Ana, interestingly enough, really wants that nano boost, and he's gonna get it as well. So WWY gets 2 nano boosts in the one fight. If he doesn't get his primal, then he's gone. But he's having a rough one. But he gets his primal, he's popped it, he's knocking everyone around. Stella hasn't even got an EMP yet, but it doesn't look like it's even going to matter, because Talon Esports look like they're just cleaning us up. But Snake does get a kill onto WWY somehow. The man who got 2. Oh! Swoon shuts down Snake there. That's a beautiful sleep dart shot from Swoon there. A nice molten core onto the point, but they still need to have a body on the point, but looks like Flawless is living up to that. But the focusing beam onto Priest does pick him off. The self-destruct clears him off the point, and that's a 4-0 win for Talon Esports in this grand final as they take Season 1 of Contenders Pacific for 2020. We'll have to see in Season 2 if they can keep up the domination, and yet the casters just giving them a round of applause that they deserve. Absolute domination, didn't drop a single map in playoffs. That is what you... Nice one from me right there, just cut myself off. We'll have to see what happens next season. If you guys could, drop a like, drop a sub, comment any games. I might try cast any other grand finals that don't have English casts for them already, because that is the whole point of this channel. And yeah, well, now that there's Contenders finishing, we might have a nice off season for the YouTube channel, so that'll be fun. Get my voice back, that would be nice. So yeah, see you later, I guess.